medallions are Misery Mire Bombos, and for Turtle Rock, the Quake medallion. We may need it, we may not. We'll see. And both of our runners are now off.
And as you see, we started Dark Sanctuary. The Dark Sanctuary, slight difference between that and the regular Sanctuary is if you want to be starting on full health there, it's going to cost you 20 rupees every time you want to get a health refill.
It was a nice touch. So I think Salty Fry is going for an early bomb setup. Gonna go ahead and dive into Skull Woods quick. There's a few checks in here as well. Not sure if there's anything in here that he needs.
I think a really common technique that I've seen in Inverted is collecting bombs and things like that from the... This isn't the right drop down I'm thinking about, but from a different drop down, I've seen that technique used. The fact that he's going over here in this particular drop down suggests maybe he does want something over here. It wouldn't be the key.
So they're the boots. They were in Brewery.
Yeah, that's a very quick boots today. There's where Salty came for. He wanted the Power Glove. Now, we do still want to find ideally 2 of those, but the thing is the second one doesn't really do that much today. We'll give you access to King's Tomb. Does it really do anything else?
Boots? Or no, Power
No,
Glove.
the Titan's Mitt.
I think it's just King's Tomb under certain circumstances.
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh no,
yeah.
It's always King's Tomb, and then there's also some places that might require Titan's Mitts under certain circumstances.
Yeah, under certain circumstances, but depending on what they have. Salty Fry, by the way, doing Death Warps to be able to get full refill of bombs, or at least as many as he wants to pick up while he's here, because these bombs regenerate every time he takes a death. So, yeah, we'll see whether those circumstances come up today and where that second glove is in case we need it. Looks like Salty Fry is satisfied with 6 bombs, 25 rupees. He's on his way out.
And I'll see... Oh, well, that's a very vanilla lamp.
Yeah, that's kind of vanilla. French vanilla since we're in the Dark World.
But it's still your house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I actually forgot to look that item up. So we're going to check a Hype Cave. We do have a heart container. Let's see what else Aussie decides to pick up here. Skips that. There's the Moon Pearl. That's all we're going to see today, apparently. So Moon Pearl should suggest a very highly rated Hype Cave, even though we don't know what the other 3 items are. And Salty Fry now picking up his boots. Aussie is, I think, heading for Skullwoods himself. Maybe he decided he wants some bombs now as well, or he's after his glove. Salty Fry getting his lamp, and he's out of there.
So I think Salty Fry is probably going to go to Death Mountain. That would probably be, especially if he's saving and quitting right here.
I do find it interesting they didn't check Hype Cave while I was down there. Aussie taking his Death Warp.
So one thing I noticed is actually, so in the Spoiler Log Tournament Discord server, I did set up the bot to generate inverted seeds as well for players. And Salty Fry did use that command a few times earlier this week, and after we had announced that that we were going to have one of these going on. So I think he's been practicing for this.
It's actually kind of interesting when you think about a mode like this. Practicing seeds that you get to see routed already gives you a better idea for what you want to do in seeds where you don't know where everything is too. It's kind of good practice to route those where you know all the items in that sense. So Aussie has just picked up his Power Glove, and he's now has the ability to play with power. So here's our trip up Death Mountain that you prophesized for Salty Fry, taking the old man around the around the mountain climbing expedition. Aussie seems to be heading in that direction himself. The big difference is that he has the Moon Pearl, which Salty Fry does not.
Oh boy, yeah, he missed the murder dactyl, please. He's gonna have to reset.
So we have a Wire Bunny.
I am a fan of this sprite.
And the mountain climbing old man climbs down into his hut. And Salty's out of there.
Yeah, no need to check Spectacle Rock Cave if he knows what's in there. Now the seed was kind of nice, providing a magic cape to deal with these Lionels up ahead.
Yeah, the cape was available early. I remember seeing that early in the list too. So that was a very nice find for both runners here. And look at this. Okay, so I thought Salty might be going to Agham's Tower without a sword for a minute, but no, he's still wandering around here.
It's a yep. So, wow, he's going into Hookshot Cave without a hookshot.
That is also very interesting. He's using the boots. He's going to try to get to this chest, and he got it. And look at that. Hammer found.
Hammer.
Freeze. It's time to pound things.
Yeah, so between our runners, we got everything that we need for light world access. I suspect Salty Fry is probably going to go back to Hype Cave here soon. He'll probably go to Hype Cave, grab his Moon Pearl, and Ozzy taking a death.
By the way, we just saw the Book of Medora out of Super Bunny Cave, and that is important to note today because Desert Palace is a crystal, and we don't have a mirror workaround to get in there today. So, like from the inverted mode, so that book is absolutely required to get in Desert Palace. So that is a required item today, no matter how you look at it.
All right, be careful, Salty.
Salty is picking up additional items. Found 20 rupees there. Didn't open the other two.
So I actually like the way Salty Fry routed this. And Aussie dying again to those Lionels.
So for those who want to know, the full Hype Cave list was obviously that Moon Pearl, the heart container. There was a shield and a piece of heart in the two unopened chests for those who want to know what those were. So that rounds out Hype Cave today. Aussie is now going to head over to the Turtle Rock realm himself.
Aussie, you have the cape.
You might be forgetting.
Yeah, it's not a scenario you run into a whole lot, getting cape that early. Alright, and Salty Fry is... Oh, and Salty Fry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Death in Mini Moldorm Cave. Yeah, he was taken on Mini Moldorm Cave, and it's so called because of, those creatures that will kill you and send you all the way back to your house.
Yeah. Yeah, inverted is rough. It is not for the faint of heart. I'm actually surprised we got 6 people in this. And there's our
bombs.
That was our tier 2 tree pole.
Not that bad, to be honest. So Salty is going to take his lovely bombs and head back into the lovely light world. And he's heading down towards Yep, heading back towards Hype Cave. Or not Hype Cave, Mini Moldorm Cave. So he must really want something out of this cave.
Yeah, I mean, there's something here that's worth dying over.
Must be. And he doesn't have a sword yet either, so it suggests that the swords are very well hidden today, too, from the looks of it. Or maybe there's one in here. We'll find out.
Alright, see, that was a lot better.
Well, there's 5 rupees. There's the flute. That's all he's going to pick up. So he's slowly grabbing what money he can route in here. He's not seeming to worry about looking for the 300 rupee pack, so it suggests to me that maybe Zora is not an element that we're looking at here. Or he just hasn't come to the area where the big rupees are located yet.
Yeah.
Now notice that ladder that goes up to the Bombos tablet area. That's one of the differences in the in this adaptation. There's another one here in the desert if we get to see it. Certain changes are made to the map in the late world to allow access to chests that you normally had to get to from the dark world. Since we no longer have that connection, the additional routing is available in the light world to make sure those locations are not in any way inaccessible, and thus there's still logic. There's our first sword at Akina.
Yep. And Aussie went and grabbed the bow from Uncle Tunnel.
And you can see that little green area up near Checkerboard Cave as well. I don't think we're going to get to see it, but that's a hollowed out area too. You can just walk right in there today. And here is the access to desert from Salty Fry with the book. And Aussie is visiting an old man, an old hermit. There's the hook shot. There's a single green rupee and 20 bucks.
I mean, Salty Fry's practice is really showing right now.
Mm-hmm. So he already knew the big key was over there, obviously. Picked that up. And I think the Salty Fry is going to see if he can finish this. There's the magic mirror, meanwhile.
That's a very nice item to have in,
Oh.
in inverted.
And he just made a liar out of me. He's not finishing this right now.
I could see that.
Yeah. So Aussie is walking by the Bombos tablet now, and the fact that neither runner has checked what was on the Bombos tablet, as Aussie's going to be picking up his sword, the fact that neither of them checked the Bombos tablet suggests immediately that there is nothing of interest at that location today. In fact, I'll confirm now it's just some money there.
Little known thing there. You can bonk that for magic.
So you can bonk what?
You can bonk the tree above the portal for magic.
Ah.
The game is just full of small things like that.
It is, yeah. So we're going to get to see the back of Blind's Hut right now. Now, 4 items are up here. We'll probably see 1 or 2 of them. Is he getting his bombs out? No, he's not getting the bombs out to open up there, so not worried about that. Going straight for the heart container. And that's it.
Yeah, I kind of like that. A lot of with spoiler races, just knowing your limits and knowing that 5 hearts is greater than 4.
Yes. And
Uh,
music time. And Swag Duck Dark World Air is now open for business.
yeah, the duck really hates the music.
Yeah, I've learned this. He replies so quickly because he doesn't want to hear the music anymore.
Oh, and he Salty Fry rolls back into his own portal. There we go.
So 5 Heart Blind is in the offing here today, unless he finds another heart in here.
So I mean, yeah. So that extra heart gives Salty Fry an extra hit against. He can get hit by blind one extra time than he normally would be able to. So that's probably why he grabbed it.
That's right, that's a bit of a combat advantage right there. Aussie is going to finish Desert Palace right now, looks like.
Yeah, it's here. It's a crystal.
Yeah, this is what I thought Salty Fry might do, but he left before coming up here.
I'm suspecting it did because it didn't have the bow, and he really his only real weapon against Lambolas was, I think, the
A
hammer
fighter
at that
sword.
time.
A fighter
And,
sword.
yeah, it's not really a fun way to do the fight.
No. I mean, in the no game, you have to use the fighter sword or the bow. One of those two things are typically how they expect you to do it. But obviously, in the randomizer, you get up different items when you get there. So it's really a case of what the runner feels they want to go with.
There we go. All right, so Aussie is going to go ahead and do this fairly low percent Landmolas.
See how quick this fight goes for him. Only got one worm hit on the first cycle there. And missed an arrow shot there. We got a spin slash on the second worm. We have a heart container in the sunshine room. That's now 6 hearts for Salty Fry. This looks like a third, fourth cycle for Aussie. One worm is down.
I mean, the hammer does help a little bit here.
That cycle was a pretty good run against that worm. So that one should die right now, I would think. There it goes. And the last one, gonna need one more hit. So this was a fairly lengthy fight. Salty Fry is going to come back with better weaponry and do that fight a bit quicker. But it's going to cost him the extra time to head back up there the second time. So we'll see which strategy ends up working out here in the end.
I think it might offset each other.
It might. Because he'll probably do Misery Mire around the same time. It's also a crystal.
And Salty Fry's immediately interested in what's in the big key chest. Or the big chest.
Ooh, yes,
That's
half magic.
It's a nice thing to have.
It's a very nice thing to have, especially in inverted mode when you're when things are a little crazy and you have to do things differently, and you may forget sometimes how much magic you still have. There's some goo as well to help with the health deficiency.
I mean, I think Salty Fry's in a really solid spot right now to fight blind.
Yeah, I agree. He's in a good spot for the blind fight, and if he does end up having a hard time with getting those hits in for whatever reason, even with the scripted fight, he has the medicine on hand for emergencies. So I'd say he's in a good spot right now. So we're gonna get to see our blind pun of the day right now on Salty Fry. Write down my puns. They're all terrible.
Terrible.
Yes, I saw that.
All right, and then there down goes blind.
So 20 minutes into the race, Salty Fry is the first of our 2 restream runners to pick up. Actually, I take that back. He's the second of our 2 restream runners to pick up a crystal. I can't read apparently on the first side of the tracker. Both runners have a crystal 20 minutes into the seed. Is what I'm trying to say. Aussie will be working on a second one after he gets through Thieves Town. We're going to the Sick Kid. Sick Kid is important today. Gives you the Bomb Boost medallion. As you may see on Misery Mire, that will let us in. And Misery Mire is a crystal, so we have to do it. Now, there's an interesting little thing I want to point out for the viewers on the Turtle Rock medallion. You notice it says you need Quake to get into Turtle Rock. That may or may not come into play because you are able to use a back method to get into Turtle Rock and work your way towards the front. So you may not need to open that door. We'll find out later what the case may be here.
There's our level 2 sword.
Salty Fry now has a Master Sword.
And now he's gonna go ahead and get his Cane of Samaria. I think Salty Fry did a really good job synergizing this.
And as you notice, K45, as we call it in the community, is also a hollowed out area with the VT in it. Cheers to VTOR. It looks like Salty Fry is heading towards the castle area here. I don't remember seeing much in the castle area. I think he might be looking for his safety here. Or maybe he's just checking the tree poles himself. He already knows what the tree poles are. They're in the spoiler log, but...
Yeah, Aussie grabbed the bow here. It was an Uncle
Oh, the bow was over here. Okay, I didn't... There it is.
But she's gonna need for later.
Yeah, he will definitely need that later because Palace Darkness is indeed a crystal that will be required. Now he's taking the side route out of Hyrule Castle. Nothing else to do here, it looks like.
Is Salty Fry going to go for pod?
He could be. You can mirror over there from the light world. Aussie gets the terrible pun. Salty Fry is going to get the Sahasral's closet items right now. That was where the hookshot was located.
Yep. He's gonna still need... Oh, he is not going to pod. Alright,
no, he isn't. He's going back up the mountain right now.
Well, we have all the equipment we need to... Well, no. We still need rods.
Yeah, rods will still be useful here. They would be needed for Trinex, obviously. But that's the other nice thing about Turtle Rock. If it turns out Turtle Rock doesn't have anything of interest in it today, they can just go straight in, find one key, and go straight to the boss if they wish to.
Oh, yeah, and that is like a unique aspect of inverted spoilers.
Well, even inverted in general.
Well, yeah, but so in this case, you can really efficiently route Turtle Rock because you know where everything is at. So you know where you need to actually enter at.
And when. So we're getting a look at Paradox Cave right now. I believe I saw 2 items, if I remember, over here. We're going to see those right now on Salty Fry's side, I believe.
All right. I think Salty was... Yeah, he was thinking there. There's our fire
Shovel
rod.
and fire rod. Those are exactly the 2 items I was thinking about, too. So, now the shovel... The fact that he stopped to pick that up suggests there is something at the flute spot we're going to probably be looking at later here. And Austin, meanwhile, is going to get his Master Sword from the race game. By the way, he does have his second crystal now in his possession as well. And look at that. Lonely Island is $300. Just in case you need a college fund.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, that's our pod money. We definitely needed that. I think there might be something in Hera today. Or the tablet.
And what you just said actually explains why he wasn't going to pod early. He didn't have the pod money earlier. So he couldn't have gotten in. That's why he didn't go there earlier. Oh,
Silver
that's
arrows.
why he came over here. Silver arrows were on Spectacle Rock. I didn't even look that up. So good find.
Oh, and I only took a cursory look at this, so I don't know a whole lot about what's going on. I'm just been kind of enjoying the ride with everybody else.
That's perfectly a good way to do it as well.
And at least it's a fast Heron.
Yeah, I didn't have to look hard for that big key. And Salty Fry opens the big key door and starts heading right up. Didn't stop to check either the didn't stop to check the other chest that was down there, and obviously doesn't have the small key to check the basement anyway, so we'll see later whether the coffee break comes into play. Odds are probably not, but we'll see for sure if that comes to be the case. Aussie gets his Paradox Cave collectibles. Salty Fry, meanwhile, climbs upstairs to begin the worm fight.
And Moldworm's gonna Moldworm.
Yep, battle engaged. Just try to avoid being bumped off the ledge. This is a good place to hang out right over here in the middle and then try to juke out the worm as it comes for you and then turns away. Nice last hit by Salty Fry going in there for the kill as the worm headed the other way. And now going to collect a magnetic circle of uselessness and his second crystal. Aussie, meanwhile, gets his silver arrows and is probably going to climb Tower Hera himself.
So right now, it's really, I think it's up in the air. Aussie has a dungeon advantage over Salty Fry right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the equipment loadout is about the same as well. Yeah.
Now look at this. We're getting our Turtle Rock entrance already. So this is how you get into Turtle Rock without the medallion. And let's see if we get a look as to why. Oh, there's the big key. There's the ice rod.
Is this going to be the god? Yeah.
There's the key. He's going to open it up. There's the green goo. That is what you call a lovely laser bridge.
Yeah, that's Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you as you started going there. I want to also point out now, and I'm going to bring this back up on the spoiler log right now because I did notice this when we were in the study period. Let me load it back up in front of me here. So you notice that the medallion again in Turtle Rock today, the normal way, was the Quake medallion. Quake was located in Roller Room inside Turtle Rock. You had to go the back way today. So that's one reason Salty Fry came this way, but also because it's quicker to do it this way than it is to go through the front door and go all the way through.
Yeah. I mean, in inverted, Turtle Rock churns from the slowest dungeon to probably the fastest.
Yeah, one of the fastest, easily. Unless the items are located at the very beginning of the dungeon, in which case, yeah, it's still painful. Fire Rod and Map Room. Oh my.
Our head number 2 down on Salty Fry's side. I think Salty Fry will probably make quick work of Trinex. There we go.
just as you predicted. So yeah, Turtle Rock, third dungeon down. There you go.
What?
And
So
normally, go ahead.
oh, so Aussie went for the money in Hookshot Cave.
And normally that Turtle Rock, I was going to say, is the last dungeon runners will do, with the possible exception of Tower of Harry if they can route that in last. So because that's typically the last dungeon done, you don't get to see it done that quickly. We're done Turtle Rock half an hour into the seed on Salty Fry's side, and Aussie is about to do that right now himself. He's about to get his own God Laser Bridge and go straight to the back. So he is also going to be all set to go himself once he picks up his key and his Ice Rod, his big key, and possibly his goo if he wants it. So for those joining us late, this is the Link to the Past Randomizer daily race. Salty Fry heading into Misery Mire now with that Baubles Medallion. So this is a spoiler inverted, meaning that we are playing a spoiler log race. They get to see where everything is before they start the run. They get a 15-minute period to study the log and figure out how they want to route things. And then they play an inverted mode seed, and they try and do it as quickly as possible, potentially sub-hour, if they can route it that effectively, or even sub 50 minutes in some cases. So I'm Cyclone, joined by Synac. We're calling the action on this for you today.
Oh, indeed. This is the first time I think we've restreamed a spoiler inverted, I think.
I think it is. That's why I wanted to get in on this.
Oh, yes. We had only 6 entrants this race. I think inverted is kind of, plus spoiler, I think kind of scared some people off. But
Inverted is enough to scare people as it is, but sometimes it can just be seeing how races are laid out. In my opinion, just getting to see how some of these races are laid out this way can sometimes encourage more people to try who might otherwise be worried about it. They get to see how things are routed in a conventional inverted seed, and they hopefully get more confidence to eventually try it.
So Aussie is really all right. No, he's good on magic.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, I didn't see him attacking the firehead earlier. He is 1 heart though, so he does need to be careful here.
I think he wanted to be careful not to get the ice beam on the floor, so that I think was probably what his concern was. So Trinex does go down, boss number 4 for him. He's still ahead by a Desert Palace.
Also, the layout of Mire was actually really forgiving. Basically, that big key was probably in the one location you really wanted it to be in.
It was perfectly located. Couldn't have asked for a better spot. And there's actually a big key door before that going the normal way, so you had to come in the back way just to get that too, not just to avoid Quake, but just to get that big key as well. So time for the eyeball fight.
Silver.
And I would call it a boss, but it doesn't really do much as far as a boss goes. Salty Fry gets out his flute for some random reason.
I mean, he's gonna be outside the dungeon just a second.
Yep. I imagine he's getting ready for after the fight, like you said.
I mean, he can't mirror back to the light world right now, so he's going to have to flute to 6. Use the portal to get back to the light world so that he can do desert.
Or go to Village Vedcast, which has Cat Creek and Village music.
It's like a... I think that's getting fixed in V31.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's kind of creepy.
Hey, I dig it.
No, that's a shovel. ... So, we're getting one of 2 things, either a pet check or an item check.
I think we're gonna Skull Woods play.
Yeah, that's the third possibility. It's not often you get to see it done this way.
It's nice too.
And
I think there might be... Yeah.
He's looking for something.
A key.
Yes. And Aussie is diverging here. He's doing Swamp Palace right now and actually walked right into the chest as it appeared. That came close to pushing him into the wall, so that was kind of dangerous for a second there.
That's a soft lock?
Yeah, he almost ended up in that.
Yeah.
At least he had the mirror, so he could have mirrored out, but not too much time lost, but still time lost.
Salty, what are you doing?
He...
Oh, I think you realized that this was yeah, this was a pendant.
Whoops. So this... Go ahead.
I didn't realize, I hadn't seen if it was required or not.
Yeah, if you have all the items in a go mode state, with the possible exception of one, which is the one that Aussie has picked up, the flippers, yeah, you pretty much don't want to waste time on pendant dungeons.
Yeah.
Not unless it's an all dungeons area, which this is not.
I'm guessing he heard the music and noped on out of there after realizing his mistake.
Yeah, he must have realized it when he heard the music. So now he hears the correct music, and now he will partake in a dungeon clear. And that's an immediate big key. So now he may just look for one or two more keys here. Right now it looks like he's going to sneak in the bow way, the bow locked side. Otherwise we'll just need one or two keys, which may both be over here. Ooh, managed to avoid the traps. That was close. So, Aussie is now on the Argus fight. Taking out all the R guy. Going two at a time, doing this as quickly as he can. And there he goes. So as Salty Fry makes a wall move, Aussie causes the calamari to explode.
It's kind of just deleted Argus there. Well, as much as it is for an Argus fight.
That's about as efficient as you can be for Argus.
So I think Aussie has made a conscious decision to skip the flute.
Yeah, that very well could be the case. Someone in chat asking where is the flute. It was located over at Mini Moldorm. So it is not required to get some Misery Mire in this type of seed. Actually, yeah, because you can mirror into there from desert, so you don't have to get some Misery Mire here. Ooh, that's convenient. Just pop the mask off and the fireballs disappear.
That is crystal number 5 for Salty Fry. With Aussie working on crystal number 6 crystal? Yep.
6, yep. Misery Mire will be 6 for him. He has Misery Mire and Palace of Darkness to go. Whereas Salty Fry just has Desert Palace, which is a very quick one, and Swamp Palace. He also has to pick up the flippers, though, before he can take on Swamp Palace.
which I think he's gonna do right now. He has to go to the light world first.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Oh yeah, he's gonna go this
Um,
way. Yeah, that's faster.
Getting the magic jar from underneath the rock, and yeah, there is the way he's doing it. I thought I might not be doing it for a second, but he's going a different way. And here comes the flute. Or flippers, I mean. Now the question will be, are they going to pick up a third sword later, or are they going to do Master Sword again? This will be an interesting thing to find out.
Both runners are perfectly capable of it,
Indeed.
especially since they both got silvers.
It'll really depend on whether they can route one in quickly along the way. If not, they may not bother. If it would take more than a minute out of the way to get it, then they'll just probably do it Master Sword.
All right, and all right, so all right, Osi's got Vitreous down. That is crystal
He
number
does.
6.
I don't know, one of our trackers here commenting about a sword. If there's a sword in GT, that's what I mean. If there is one along the way, they may stop very quickly and pick it up. If there is one in GT, that'd be a good place to do it. So Aussie is now heading straight towards his final crystal to clear, which is Palace of Darkness. So while the runners are covering each other's steps, just looking over the list of runners who are in this race, I do see a few other names here I recognize. Azdur, who was one of our competitors in the tournament, Spoiler tournament. Kyongnai 2, our number 1 seed in the tournament. I also see Matt7898 taking part today, and I see Mercer in there as well. I think I recognize all of these names. Nice to see all of them taking part in this today. 6 runners total in this race today.
Yeah, Mercer played in the qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, everybody playing in this match actually is they had participated in the tournament in one way or another.
Correct. I think I've seen Mercer do commentary too, if I'm correctly.
Oh yeah, he did earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think once our runners finish both these dungeons, once Salty Fry finishes this, we'll have a good beat on how far ahead he is.
He has Desert Palace to do, so Salty Fry is actually behind.
Oh, that's right. Thanks for keeping me honest.
I try.
All right. So once Salty Fries finish Swamp and Desert, we'll have a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's Aussie who, once he moves the wall, we're going to have an idea based on when Aussie gets to the boss, whether he's ahead or behind, until Salty Fry gets back to Desert. Which is not too far away, so I like the routing because he's going to get right back over to Desert from here. It's not too bad. The only problem is you have to walk through the front of Desert again, so it is a little bit of a walk.
Yeah. So Salty Fry is gonna have to be slightly careful here. He is on 2 hearts. But I think he'll be fine. Yeah.
Salty Fry gets the shot into the eye, and that is boss number 6 for him, as Aussie has a rumble and shake cutscene. and emerges in the chamber of moles. And now gets to deal with turtles.
At least you don't have to do them in the dark. That's not too bad.
No, partial dark, but yeah. Turtles. So yeah, Aussie is now coming up to the boss fight right now. This puts him definitively ahead of Saltify. Now, we don't know about the other forerunners in our race. Just among these two, I would say Aussie is ahead right now. Saltify is heading back into Desert Palace. Aussie is now engaging in the fight with a giant dinosaur-like creature. That's the way I can describe what he looks like, to be honest. Going to very gingerly remove the mask and expose a jewel. There it is, doing the same fireball removing mechanism. And misses the first shot, hits the second, and we have a dead creature.
All right. Yeah, this is Aussie 101's 7th crystal. So everybody in chat, where do you think that big key is at? Just give us a name of a location, Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, just go by a rough name today because it's kind of hard to say pick it up from 122 when they're probably going to find on number 2 or number 3.
Bro, this is going to be pretty fast here.
Yeah.
We got a GT torch. Hope it's with Bob.
Oh, it's always Rando Room. Always.
And then the obligatory tile room.
That reminds me as well, switch the audio over here, so we'll do that. Oh, I'll change the volume. Much better. So Aussie now goes to the top of Hyrule Castle and goes into what you normally call Aghanim's Tower. Except today it is Ganon's Tower, somehow perched on top of Hyrule Castle. And we're going to start our check as to where that big key is right now. It was not on the GT torch, so that guess unfortunately did not work out today.
I think tile room's probably off the table, so is compass room.
Yep, at this point it's looking likely.
And DM room is also dead.
So is the fire bar room. So we're down to Fire Snake room, Rando room, and then everything from Bob onward. And we're pushing the chest for Fire Snake room to get the mushroom.
The worst item to get in inverted.
It actually is. So we're not getting a look at Rando room, so it looks like, darn it, my favorite guess is off the table here. So coming up next at about number 2 or number 3, I didn't see if he opened one earlier. We're going to have Bob here. Hi, Bob. Everyone say hi, Bob.
Letting Bob out. It is with Bob.
And Bob produces the big key, and we are off to see the wizard. The wonderful wizard of death.
So Salty Fry is going compass side.
And both routes will work. You can go either way to get to Bob. The question is which one is quicker. You have to open one of the chests to Actually, I could be wrong on that. That opens up the pit. So,
Nope.
yeah, the portal's right there. You just walk right in. There you go. You go in that way. Invisible path for the win.
Yeah, so somebody in chat asked, did Salty Fry just bypass the crystal cutscene? Yes. So there's like a bug in inverted. Like, I think it has to do with like something. I won't pretend to understand it, but yeah, basically there's a glitch that will let you skip that cutscene.
Well, it's not really so much a glitch as the fact that for some silly reason the developers of Link to the Past didn't expect that we would actually randomize it to this extent someday. So they had no idea that we would be able to access Ganon's Tower through this mechanism and didn't plan for it.
It's true.
So not so much a glitch as it is something that did not fall within development planning.
Yeah, it's an inverted only thing.
Exactly.
Right.
So Molder 2, or sorry, I take that back. Molder's 2 is down. That was a very quick gauntlet, by the way. I didn't even get to talk about how hard those rooms were because honestly made them look so easy.
Oh no, Salty Fry dies.
At least it's early in the climb. It's still fairly early for the climb.
And he has plenty of arrows, so I think he'll be fine. Yeah. I just hate to see that happen.
Indeed. But you only have 7 hearts to work with. This room is a lot more important to do as cleanly as you possibly can. And he got nailed by the fire lightning from the, whatever it is you want to call it, from these red mimic in that one room, so...
Oh, I just noticed something. Look at Aussie's key count.
Ooh. Is there a key up here?
I don't know. Is there?
There must be a key in this chest if he's skipping it.
Alright. Oh, there you go.
See? There it is. I figured he had that.
I'm trying to be a troll here.
I noticed. Master Sword, Moldorm 2. No problem. There are complaints in chat for no hover. What do you expect? This is a race.
Oh. Check
Look
out
at that!
Hey, that chest had something.
So you remember how I said if they find a sword along the way?
There's sword number 3. We're good to go.
That was along the way.
That was very much along the way. So Aussie's going to be our first player to fight Agatu. We'll see how this works out for him.
So Triangle Man is kind of forming a straight line right now. This should be a triple. Easy triple.
Yep.
This one, not so much. Especially with the blue ball.
Yeah. I think he's got a double here, though.
I think so.
There we go.
Yep, that's done. That's that. And now he's going to decorate the wall with some sword slashes. Or sword pokes. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Big Pig.
Alright, Ganon, what sass do you have for us today?
As he rudely crashes into the roof of Hyrule Castle. I don't know how he manages to turn the chamber underneath into his own personal playground when there's actually a castle down there.
Because video games.
Yeah, video game logic. And again, wasn't planned. What took you so long to get here? Did you forget to run in safety? Try grabbing more health next time. Noted.
Well, it's not wrong.
No, not at all.
Got Ganon in the sweet spot.
Oh, nice sweet spot. Yeah, that's a good spot for getting those slashes in. And you're gonna hook shot out of there to avoid damage. Now just has to wait for the pig to settle, and there he goes. Phase 3 underway. Temper tantrum mode activated. Now, if Aussie is the first to finish, we'll let you know when he actually does finish. We're not going to reveal any other finishes if there are any at this point. We will catch up all finishers once Aussie or Salty Fry, if he goes first, are finished. So Aussie is the first of our restream runners to be told where the silver arrows are. Of course, both runners have found them, so who cares? Torch glitch not activated, but this should be good. I think he got, saw 2 hits there. No, that was 1 hit, so that's 3 now.
There
this
we
should
go.
do it. Yep, Aussie is finished. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for Aussie. We're going to have his official time in a moment, but because this is a different server than the regular game, we also want to see what the Triforce has to say to us, so we're going to look at that before we actually get the official time. So, Aussie is the first to cross a 1x3 bridge with nothing on it, and the Triforce message of the day is GG rematch. And Aussie's official SRL time is 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 19 seconds. That is good for second place today. There was a time of 1:08:02 for one runner, and you want to guess who it was, Sinek?
I don't know. Maybe he's our number 1 seed in this tournament.
Yeah, because, Kyung. Kyung was the first place finisher here with a 1:08:02. Get your GGs in chat for him as well. 4 other runners still in this race, including Salty Fry. And we will see if Aussie wants to join us here. We may have to mark him as done first to do that. So let's do that quickly. There we go.
Alright, and Salty Fry is also working his way on Ganon. Got hugged. Should be alright, though.
Yeah, it should be fine. You can take a hug from Ganon as long as you have lots of health, but you don't want to take more than 1 hug. They hurt. Especially with green mail. Little love for sale. So those of you who want to know why we didn't see Zora today, that's why. I do see Aussie has joined us in the booth, so we'll start serious questioning in a moment here. We are finishing watching Salty Fry here as well, but GG, Aussie.
GG.
So just seeing if Salty Fry gets the quick kill here, and he does
There
get the
we
quick
go.
kill, so we'll be marking him finished and inviting him to join us in a moment here as well. So everyone get your GGs in chat for Salty Fry. I will confirm his official SRL time, which, by the way, Matt7898 came in 3rd place with a 1:12:57. Salty Fry just finishing in 4th place with a 1:13:40. And Azzer is finishing right behind. Now that both runners are down, I'll just go ahead. Azzer finishing right behind with a 1:13:57. So we do still have, it looks like Mercer in there finishing the race, and he will be the last of our runners to finish. Obviously, all runners finishing so far, so very good work by all the runners here today.
Oh, indeed. So how do you... Alright.
We'll get that audio fixed. Okay, so how did you like that seed, Aussie?
I don't know. It's hard to rate the seed, just because spoiler inverted is a new deal. But more than that, I haven't played spoiler I haven't played inverted in a couple months now. So I spent a bunch of time just remembering all the things that are specific to inverted. For example, like checking Turtle Rock to see if I could get there. See if I could use the portal without mitts, but no.
By the way, quick clarification to what I said on the official times. All the times included the 15-minute study period. So, just to clarify, Aussie's time with the 15 minutes not included was a 56:19. So, also probably had a 58:40, not counting that 15 minutes, just to clear up some of the confusion in chat there.
All right. So Salty Fry, GG man.
Thanks, GG.
GG.
So is this? So congratulations! This is the first inverted spoiler that I think has been restreamed, at least on Speed Gaming. Maybe some people have experimented with it before, but this is, I think, the first one we've restreamed. What do you guys think about it?
It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I loved the way Turtle Rock wrote it out in this. That was absolutely amazing. Just drop in at the laser bridge and there's everything you need and just go right to the boss. That's got to be the quickest dungeon I've ever full cleared ever, probably. So that was absolutely amazing. I had a few little derps, obviously, myself, but I'm kind of known for that. That's kind of what I do. So, yeah, other than that, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'd definitely do more.
So compared to the 15-minute study period for like just an open seed, do you feel like you needed the same amount of time as well to do an inverted, more, less?
It was pretty much the same. I didn't really notice a whole lot of difference when it came to that part, I guess. Kind of just felt...
I think the amount of time you need, like, about the same. It's just the routing between areas that's different. So you just need to mentally, like, know those differences. But you can still plan it out fine.
Kind of opens up the door for more just overlooking stuff. Types of things I've done a lot of, where I just kind of overlook one thing where I think I can do something, but I kind of forget, hey, I need the lamp or something like that for the, or a fire source for this or something like that. Like even today when I went to Desert, like I was originally planning on clearing it, and then I got there and realized I'm only going to have the fighter sword and absolutely nothing else to kill land molas, and that felt absolutely horrible. So I'm like, I'm just going to wait and come back and do this later on, and I figured I'd combine it with Mire. And then when I tried to do that, I realized, oh wait, I can't get in the portal then, so I'm going to have to do it after Swamp instead, so that kind of happened. And then I went to Skull Woods, forgetting that that was a pendant. At least I didn't get all the way to Mothula, so I cost myself some more time there. So yeah, lots of little derps here and there, but that's kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and got the bow before Limolas, but I haven't practiced that whatsoever, so I just went back to hammer strats.
Yeah, I went and got the flute very early and kind of made my way over there to go get the mirror. I don't really think I needed to do that right away, and I don't even think I probably really need to get the flute at all, I guess, in the end. But it kind of helped me get around some, I guess. But it's one of those things where it's kind of one of those things where I guess it could save, like, is the time it saves worth it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's probably one of those things that just ends up being a push in the end.
So, if this was part of the tournament next year, would you object to that?
Not at all. This was fun.
All right.
I would definitely do it again. I was thinking about like how this would work for like other modes, like stuff like Key Sanity, and I think once you start adding stuff like that, it probably gets to be a little too much for the 15 minutes. But as long as it's just something like open mode or inverted, because inverted is basically the same thing, just slightly different, it should be fine, I think.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to see Key Sanity myself.
Like, it would be interesting, but I don't know, like, in 15 minutes, what can you really do, right?
Yeah,
Like,
might
I think
need
you
a
need
little
more time than that, right?
Need a little more study time, probably, but I'd still love to see it attempted, so maybe someday.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
I'm working on a permanent bot for SRL for
Nice.
facilitating these. They'll just kind of hop into every channel like FC.
We're having a call for a swordless inverted tourney in the chat from one of our other runners, Matt7898, wanting a swordless inverted tourney.
Hey, you know what? We should do a cross-world Key Sanity tournament. Spoilers. That'll be the hot new meme.
At least you know what route to take.
Yeah, you just guess at it.
Pretty much.
So, Aussie Salty Fry. I was gonna ask a question I forgot. Oh.
I can add that my time with the spoiler tournament helped with this race in particular. Like, went through with just 6 heart green mail and master sword, all the way up through GT.
Yeah, Salty Fry. I noticed that you were using the practice, the inverted argument that I put on the practice command. Think that helped at all, or?
Yeah, a little bit. I did a couple practice seeds to help me a little bit, but at the same time, I guess the one death I had in GT, what that was actually really caused by was that first room that you get into with all those spikes when you go up there. I ran into some issues in that room, which ultimately led to me dying in the one mimic room more than anything. So I took a bunch of damage unnecessarily in that one, just kind of getting stuck on in between the pegs and the spikes, trying to get through it, doing it damageless. Because that room's a pain in the ass when you can't just damage boost through it.
All right. Do you want to wrap this up, Cyclone?
Yeah, we probably could. Up. Any last thoughts from either of you on the seed before we start wrapping?
Yeah, it was fun. Would play again.
Yeah, it was fun. I think I need more practice with inverted in general. But yeah, I'd play this again.
In general, it was a pretty nice inverted seed because you didn't really have to go try to kill like blind with just a hammer or something like that. Go kill cold stare with just a hammer. So it was
And
pretty
you had
nice
more
in
than 3
general.
hearts.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, that was our 2 runners for the day, Aussie and Salty Fry. Make sure to give them a follow on their channels. I'm sure they would appreciate the company coming to hang out with them, whether they're racing or not. And there's the links in chat, Salty Fry and Aussie 101. Make sure you follow our trackers, Dimensive and Mr. I'm going to try and say this, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, who did the tracking for us. Make sure you also follow the Synac, the _Synac. Myself, I'm Cyclone GU. Just to cover some events coming up on Speed Gaming, I want to note that the next miscellaneous daily race that we have coming up is on Friday. It is an open all dungeons. So an all dungeon seed will be played on Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Tomorrow's races are the regular, standard, and open at 2 and 9 respectively. Standard and open are tomorrow. As for other events on Speed Gaming in general, we do have, of course, the spoiler log tournament going on. In fact, I think the races for today are pretty much done, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think we have any more today. Is that right, Cynic?
That's correct. We also don't have any scheduled for tomorrow. The next race that is on the calendar right now is 8 p.m. Eastern, and that is on a channel to be determined. That is Keong versus Wolfie. That's going to be their game 2.
Meanwhile, some other Link to the Past randomizer going on. There's some ALTTPR League going on between Sphere Affinity and Team 4K 4th and 4th Head. The runners are Sabatender and Activoca, respectively. So that's the race that's going on in Speed Gaming 3. Literally just started about 13 minutes ago. I might try to host us into that here. There's another one wrapping up on Speed Gaming 2 between Old Swag Jackson and Frammy will do an interview. Yes, that's just the team name. I don't know. There's some Super Metroid Prodigy going on later this evening as well. Other than that, that's pretty much it for today. Just trying to see what's up tomorrow. Tomorrow we have some more leagues, some more Super Metroid, some more Ultimate Decathlon going on tomorrow, which is a series of different games that get run in a kind of like a tournament format of some sort. We have some Final Fantasy Randomizer going on tomorrow as well, tomorrow evening. So that's something else you can come look forward to as well. Some Final Fantasy Spring Randomizer tournament going on. So there's something else you can look forward to tomorrow night. So for all the events that I just talked about, follow Speed Gaming 2 through 6 on Twitch. And you'll be able to follow all those races. Type !! schedule in chat for a full updated schedule as channels get assigned to races. And if you're watching on YouTube, that is speedgaming.org/schedule if you want to get a look at that schedule. So any last thoughts from you, Synac, before we wrap?
Nope. Thank you, Salty and Aussie, for giving us a good show and kind of showing off spoiler inverted runs. You guys did a great job. Thank you so much.
I was giving them a chance to respond, but I guess they're not. So yes, thank you for putting that on. We did enjoy watching that, and it was nice to see that play. Look at those line plex rates as well, 54 and 55, so very close. Routed very well. So I want to thank you again, everyone, for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, another daily race will follow this in the playlist. The other events I mentioned will be on a different playlist on this channel. Those watching live, thank you for joining us. Make sure to stay around for some more racing. And I'm actually going to try to set up the host to over to Speed Gaming 3 so we can hop right over there. So other than that, have yourself a great night. And may not all your seeds be pen seeds. And Sinak, you get the final word.
Good night.